Have you ever wondered why it gets very cold in places like northern Sweden, but not on Caribbean islands like the Dominican Republic? That is because regional climates are affected by patterns of atmospheric and oceanic circulation caused by unequal heating and the rotation of the Earth. It might sound complicated, but it is actually quite simple. The Earth is like a giant spinning top, and the way it spins and how it's heated by the sun causes patterns of air and water movement that determine the climate in different regions. Just like how a top spins faster at the top and slower at the bottom, the Earth spins faster at the equator and slower at the poles. This causes the sun's rays to hit the Earth at different angles, making some areas hotter and others cooler. For example, the areas near the equator are hotter because the sun's rays hit them directly, while the areas near the poles are cooler because the sun's rays hit them at a slant. This is why the climate near the equator, like in the country of the Dominican Republic, is usually warmer and more humid, while the climate near the poles, like in northern Sweden, is colder and drier. The rotation of the Earth also causes something called the Coriolis effect, which is like a force that makes things moving in the atmosphere and ocean move in a curved path. This effect causes the winds and ocean currents to move in certain directions, depending on the location. For example, the wind and currents near the equator move in an eastward direction, while the wind and currents near the poles move in a westward direction. The geography of the Earth's surface also plays a role in determining regional climates. For example, mountains can cause the air to rise and cool, creating a different climate on the windward side compared to the leeward side. Additionally, the ocean currents can also be affected by the shape of the continents, as they can act as barriers to the movement of water, altering the temperature and precipitation. So, in short, the unequal heating and rotation of the Earth cause patterns of atmospheric and oceanic circulation that determine regional climates. These patterns vary by latitude, altitude, and geographic land distribution, driven by the sunlight-driven latitudinal banding, the Coriolis effect, and resulting prevailing winds. The ocean circulation is influenced by the transfer of heat by the global ocean convection cycle, which is constrained by the Coriolis effect and the outlines of continents.